The Blackhawks showed up at exactly 10:47 a.m. Not a minute early, not a minute late. Three dark shapes carving through that clear Montana sky. The kind of morning when you'd expect nothing more dramatic than a pop quiz or a coffee spill in the student union. Their blades hammered the air, echoing across Eagle Ridge University and turning the calm campus into a war zone in under 30 seconds. I was watching from the third floor of Maple Hall, staring down at my American military history book, which, ironically, slipped out of my hands and hit the floor with a thud. I didn't move, didn't reach for my phone, didn't rush the window like the other freshmen. No, I was already calculating cover, lines of sight, ways out. Old instincts, you know. They never really leave you. 2 hours before, I'd just been Emma Hayes, art major, another face in Professor Miller's early morning history lecture. She'd been talking Desert Storm, precision bombing, shifting doctrines, the whole deal, and called on me for my thoughts. I played my part, uncertain, maybe a little shallow, like I didn't know much. I did, though. I knew way more than I'd ever admit. But that's what I'd built here. A life so unremarkable it was nearly invisible. Half of the dorm room was all order, everything squared away tight enough to make my mother, once a Marine, proud. My roommate Rachel sighed. A glorious mess of music posters, thrift clothes, energy drinks, photos taped everywhere. I'd even gotten good at showing up to parties, not standing out, pretending to care about weekend plans or who was hooking up with who. That was the point. Stay small, blend in, never draw the eye. Especially not the military's eye. But as those helicopters landed, that cover felt like tissue paper that I found my old photograph, hidden in my psych textbook. The only keepsake I'd let myself keep. Me at 12, grinning beside my mom at Camp Pendleton, both of us with the same set to our jaws. She died of cancer when I was 16. She'd made me promise to choose my own path. I'd broken that promise, enlisting at 17, chasing her ghost through basic, then special intelligence, then places no one here would ever know. I left that all behind 3 months ago, walked away from a military hospital in Germany, ran all the way to Eagle Ridge hoping to become someone else. The PA system squawked. Attention, Emma Hayes, please report to the main quadrangle. Not a drill, not a request. Every muscle in my body locked up, then went calm. 3 breaths. Hold. Exhale slow. They'd found me. I knew before I even heard boots in the hall. Miss Hayes. Came a knock, followed by a woman's voice. Sergeant Cooper, U.S. Army. Please come with us. My options? None. The hallway would be covered. The window was a 3-story drop to concrete. Nowhere to run that they hadn't already calculated. One moment. I called, stalling for time I didn't have. Then I opened the door. 2 soldiers in camo. One a woman in her 30s, eyes hard as nails, the other a young lieutenant who rested a hand close to his sidearm. As we rode down in the elevator, I could feel the whole building buzzing, students gawking, phones up, faces pressed to glass. By dinner, half the country would see the footage. In the lobby, Rachel tried to catch my eye, confusion and fear warring on her face. What's going on? Are you in trouble? I lied. There must be some mistake, and let them walk me out. The quad had become a full-blown military staging area, students pushed back by campus security, everyone whispering, some just staring. Colonel James Marshall was waiting, late 50s, still standing ramrod straight, all silver hair and a face that could cut steel. He'd recruited me years ago. You've been difficult to find, he said, giving me the kind of look that made my stomach drop. Though I'll admit, hiding as a college freshman took more imagination than I gave you credit for. The word sergeant rolled across the crowd like thunder. I said, I'm not Sergeant Hayes anymore. He gave a tight smile. Are you sure? The next moments blurred. Marshall asking why I'd run, me trying to explain that I needed to find out who I was if I wasn't a weapon, a tool for someone else's mission. My answer echoed across the quad, not just to him, but to every classmate and friend who'd thought I was just Emma, art major. I wanted to be normal. But when the glass shattered, a window breaking in the science building, chaos erupting, I didn't think. I just moved, heard the whistle, the trajectory, felt the old training settle over me like a coat. Sniper, I said quietly, eyes already tracking angles. Second floor, east corner. Probably Remington 700 for 100 meters. While everyone else panicked, I saw old campus security guard Victor Thompson, Vietnam vet, you can always tell, watching me with a knowing look. Marshall's men spread out, but the students were clustering right where they shouldn't. I stepped forward, couldn't help myself, and started barking orders. Move along the south perimeter, break into groups. Don't bunch up, you're a target. I heard the authority in my voice, saw the crowd respond, felt myself slipping back into someone I thought I'd left behind. And then the real twist, Rachel, my roommate, standing at the edge, eyes wide, asking, "Who are you, really?" In that moment, under all those eyes, I couldn't hide. "Someone who used to be good at things I'm trying to forget," I said, voice shaking. "Someone who came here to be normal. But the past, it doesn't let go. In the admin building, I sat across from President Westfield, old army man himself, now white-haired and stone-faced, Marshall at his side, Thompson there as a silent witness. They pressed me on my background, my forged transcripts, my disappearances. Marshall laid it out. Emma was our best intelligence operative. She's seen more than most men twice her age. Thompson cut in. "If you're so good, why run?" I said, "Because being good at something doesn't mean you want to keep doing it." He gave a nod only combat vets can give. Then the world crashed back in. News of explosions, campus lockdowns, threats spreading fast. Marshall got the call. "Sergeant Hayes, your security clearance is being reactivated. We need you for a crisis." The mission I'd run from was coming back to life, and thousands, maybe tens of thousands, of lives hung in the balance. I told Rachel I'd explain everything if I could, but I couldn't promise anything. "You're not coming back, are you?" she asked. "I hope so," I said, and for once, I meant it. Back in the library's makeshift command center, the weight of what I was stepping into sank in. Chemical weapons, old enemies resurfacing, my face now known, my cover shattered. But when Marshall showed me the intelligence, the threat to so many innocent lives, the way they'd used the sniper attack to force my hand, it was clear. This wasn't just about me anymore. It was chess, and I was their best piece. The only one who knew the enemy, the only one he feared. So I made my terms. Protection for Rachel and the university, the right to come back and finish what I started. Marshall agreed. I said yes. We flew out that night. Marshall silent across from me. The drone of the engines and my own doubts the only things in my head. I texted Rachel one last time. "I'll be okay. If I come back, I'll tell you everything." Then I powered down my phone and gave it to the MP. The person I'd tried to be, Emma, just Emma, was gone. What was left was the soldier, the ghost, the girl who still remembered her mother's words. "Your courage will light the way home." Funny thing is, I still don't know where home is. Maybe I never will. But when the call comes, you either run from who you are, or you lean in and try to make the ending mean something. So, if you're watching this, tell me, what would you have done in my place? Is it possible to walk away from who you are? Or do some debts just keep coming due? Drop your thoughts below, because I have a feeling this story isn't over, not by a long shot.